friends. Hi, doll. Hi, family. And perhaps you're brand new to my channel. Welcome to you too. Gosh, I hope you'll stick around and become part of our community. That's a good note. So, everybody, a little technical issue if you're not so savvy online and perhaps on YouTube. Please subscribe. It's free. It's, you're not going to get anything. You're not going to have to pay anything. It just helps me feel like what I'm doing matters. And if you like the video, like it, I guess that would definitely encourage me too. Although I always figure, I hardly ever like videos, because I just am watching and I just enjoy it and then I go on to the next thing. So anyway, but subscribing if you would get notifications, if you'd like to know that I've posted another video. I do these about once a month. And anyway, and then if you would like to see older videos, there's sort of a tabs along the sort of top of my channel, and it says home, videos, playlists, and maybe other things. Click on videos and that will just give you a running stream of all the videos I've done. And you can just, I hope you would enjoy them. I hope they would encourage you. That is my main goal, really, is I hope that I'm putting some light out into the world. So, hello. My voice is a little deep, a little different. I had a sickness, so anyway, that'll be part of the video today. Well, so the last time I talked to you guys, it was Christmas time, and I did get all my presents done, and it was great, and it wasn't that stressful. It was fun. I don't know, maybe that was the mercy of God. I just maybe needed something like that. So let's see. And then, so before we had some trips, and they're important. I want to share them with you. But before we left for our trips, Craig and I decided to give each other our Christmas gifts. We don't always have gifts for each other. We usually talk about it and I don't know, this year, no. And, or let's put our money in and get something together. But this year, we got each other separate things, and it's so fun. We knew what each thing was. I took Craig shopping the night before we were going to leave for our Baton Rouge trip, and we got him some newfangled kind of clothes, a little bit different. Have y'all heard of I think performance wear? I think that's what it is. Anyway, so that's not all we got, but he got a couple of pair of pants like that and a couple of shirts, and it's just kind of stretchy and soft, but they look real nice. So anyway, that was fun. And we had this young woman who helped us. She probably was in her early 20s. But she was so cool, and she was so helpful, and she really took us under her wing, because we hadn't shopped really for either of us, in a long time. Shoot, and I have this new jacket. Let me sport it. It's new jeans. But I'm gonna keep clanging on my table if I'm not careful. Dang, I like to rest my arms. Okay. Quick note, pause if you must. Did you get a cup of tea or a cup of coffee? Something deliciously warm, hot cocoa? This is the kind of conversation I like to have. It's just a nice, long conversation that's slow and normal, like you would if you were hanging out with someone. Just because a lot of the things that we do on social media now is so quick, and this is an offering that I want to do, is to give a long, slow conversation. So get something delightful and nurturing. I think I'm gonna have to take off this coat. Wah, wah, wah. Sorry about that. Oh, it's warm though. Come back. I'll keep it on my lap. Now you get to see my puff sleeves. See my little puff sleeves? Okay. I share everything. This was a Walmart like $6 shirt. Yeah. Anyway, so Craig and I, we needed some new clothes. I got rid of all the clothes that I bought a few things, not many, while I had scleroderma. Do y'all remember that? You've just been so faithful to me. Oh, man. Y'all have walked with me through so much and for so long. But you might remember when I was able to go out to a store, and Craig and I went to H&M and got me some dresses. They had this one kind of style of dress and a lot of different prints, and I had to wear leggings all the time for my scleroderma. My skin just hurt and was so sensitive. And so I couldn't wear anything that would really, like shoo like jeans or skirts or shorts. I had to have something tight that would just stay put, and it was so boring. But then we got these new dresses and I could wear them over the leggings. Anyway, that was the one bit of shopping we did, and did I ever get rid of those? It's been a blessing to get rid of things that were from that era. You know, I can't, sorry, I'm gonna jot something down. I don't want to forget to talk about. I can't try to erase that part of my life, because that doesn't work. It will show up in other areas of your life, like with anxiety and anger, who knows, just these kinds of things. If you try to just erase, put in a box and throw it out of your life, it doesn't work. That is what I'm doing with my clothes from the scleroderma era. But and from my transplant when I was in the hospital, I can't even look at the clothes. It's like, okay, grab it out of my closet, hurry, to the place where I put the giveaway stuff, and I put it under like a wrap or something, so I don't see it as I'm walking by until I take it to to where it goes. So anyway, Craig and I have needed some clothes. He didn't get to shop either. He was just so busy trying to work and take care of me. He did so little for himself. And that's such a part of being a caregiver to someone who's in a chronic situation. So our our love goes out to all caregivers. You are just, you're angels in this world. I mean, you're not literally angels because, angels are spirit beings, but I wish I could think of a better word. You're heroes. No, that's so cheesy too. Anyway, you are servants and you bring light into dark places. So I got Craig some new performance wear clothes for Christmas. And then, and so we went, we did it up. We went out to eat and we went shopping for him and stuff like that. Well, what he got me was, okay, I wore it. Do you notice it? Do you see it? See this beautiful rock of a diamond? Oops. Oh, look at it sparkle. Okay, that is actually not for Christmas. This Craig got me to go with it for Christmas. This pretty gold chain, isn't that beautiful? And it kind of pairs well with my new diamond. The diamond, Craig, it took us a while to get to it, but he wanted to give it to me for my 1-year anniversary, transplant anniversary. And I don't know if you remember, he called me SEAL Team 6 through all the 3 months of the transplant business. And he really meant it. And I need to take it to heart. But he wanted to get something really strong like this. He wanted to either get me the October birthstone, but that's my sister Lisa's birthstone. And it's opal, and opal is Lisa. Like I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. And like just in my mind from since we were kids, it's always been Lisa. So it just didn't fit. So his other thing was he wanted to either get me the birthstone, the opal, or a diamond. I had to go with the diamond. I think the opal is so sweet and beautiful. This is also so beautiful. And he said it's like a rock. That was the one thing he thought, either the birthstone, because it's my birthday, with the transplant, or the rock, because he thought I was so strong through everything. And I like thinking of it also as God is my rock. So, isn't that fun? Isn't that amazing and sweet? So, I got that. So that was really special. And we headed out to Baton Rouge, and it was sweet as heck. We missed Dad. We missed Dad all the time, It was just a big hole not having him there. But we had, it was a short time there. We were there for a day and then a half on each side. And one night we had my 3 sisters and our husbands, all of us were there, and my mom, and we had my aunt and uncle come over too. And we had a big gumbo, and it was just big times. It was so fun and so connecting and beautiful. And of course, we missed Dad being there. So it was great. It was just awesome. And we knew that our plans were just so awesome. We were going to go to Baton Rouge. It was going to be short, but it was going to be intensely rich and wonderful, and it was. And we traveled home on Christmas Eve day, and we got home in time to prepare ourselves for Christmas Eve at our church, which is this sweetest time. We have a big feast. We bring, it's a step up, as Craig said, from our potluck that we do every Wednesday night. We have like sign-ups for certain meats and sides, and it's just like a real big Christmas feast. And we have that, and then we have this really, you come in and you get really quiet. That's not always the case at our church. On Sundays, you come in pretty talky and chatty. I know that's hard on some people who come from a tradition where you come in and you are silent and you are quiet. Well, anyway, so it's special for us. On Christmas Eve, we came in real quiet, and the lights are really low, kind of like to be like it on the night when the shepherds were out in the night and Jesus was in the sort of stable type thing. We're not really sure, but with his mother Mary and Joseph. So we sing a hymn and we read scriptures that take you through the big story of the Bible and what God is doing by coming as a baby and then, going to the cross. We don't just do like scriptures about his birth. We do like starting in Genesis. It's so neat. This church did it before we were there. And we continue, and it's so good. So we had that. We went to Baton Rouge, Christmas Eve service. And we were flying out the next morning. It was going to be like at 4 a.m, but we'd have to get up. But our flight got canceled that afternoon before the Christmas Eve service. We had to, we get a text, your flight has been canceled. Oh my gosh. So it didn't turn out bad. It turned out good because we got to sleep for 3 more hours. And it just took us an hour to get it all rearranged, which was an hour we didn't really have. But anyway, we went and we flew out the next day for Colorado. What a great place to be in the winter, right? And in the summer. But, one of our twin daughters lives there, and our other twin daughter lives in New York City with her husband, and those two flew, and we flew from Texas to Colorado and met up with, Hannah and Ben, Sarah and Sergey, and our 3, Isaiah, Simon, and Mila. So us and our kids and grandkids, we're gonna be together for the rest of the holiday. We always meet. Craig has to be at church on Christmas Eve. So we always travel after that and spend that week between New Year's and Christmas together. Well, shall we take a sip? So, okay, so I forgot about this. Is it getting dark? It's getting dark. Let me try this. Does that help? Oh, I don't like that. Ooh, how's that? I'm sorry, y'all. So sorry. Okay. I can't tell. Is this shining in my glasses? Oh, yes. Oh well. Okay, sorry. Tech problems. Yeah. Let's try this. What's that? Okay, at least you can see me from here down. Okay, well, what was I saying? Oh yes, okay. So alert. I am going to share part of a huge thing that went on for us in this next period. But, okay, so I'm going to tell you some of it, but not all of it, because I wrote about it and I'm putting it on my Substack. Don't freak out if you don't know what Substack is, because I want you to get there. I want all of you, if you would, go and read my story that I wrote about it. I put my heart into it. It's not the greatest writing ever, but hopefully there's life in it. So here's the deal. Don't freak out. Substack is just like another platform, another app, okay? But you can read my stories through your email. So you just have to sign up. Once you're signed up, you'll get an email every time I post something on Substack, and you can read it right there in your email. So it's low tech. So what I need are all of your email addresses. So what I'm going to put down in the notes of my video. So there's the video, and then they have some words. I'm going to put in those notes how you can send me your email address. Okay, I'm going to figure that out. I haven't quite figured it out. So, and I haven't posted the story yet. Okay, so that is that whole spiel. That was our commercial break. I'm inviting you to please become a reader of my written stuff. I am so desirous to share what I write instead of just keeping it to myself. It feels awful, and it would feel wonderful to have readers enter in through my writing. Tricky part is I'll have to learn a rhythm of what I share on video and what I share in my writing, okay? So today I'm going to tell you not a whole story. Kind of putting you on the hook, huh? Okay. So we went to Colorado, and we were going to stay a long time, like 9 days. And we were going to get there on Christmas Day, which we did. We traveled on Christmas Day and got there like later in the afternoon. And oh, it was so cozy and so wonderful when we got there. Oh my gosh, we pulled up in an Uber, and we were out at the curb, and our 3 grandkids came running out the door in the freezing cold and just threw their arms around us, and Mimi and Pops. Oh my gosh, what a gift. What a gift. I'm just thinking about it. Oh, what a Christmas gift right there. So Hannah and Ben came a few days later, and then they were going to stay a few days after us. So Sarah and Sergey and the family would get each of us like a bookend, you know, all to themselves. Okay, so that was the plan. Well, it didn't quite go like that. But let's see. Oh no. Let me see. Okay. How do you pause this? Okay, they have a new pause thing. Wait. Hey. Okay. How's that light? Now I'm it's getting dark. The sun is setting, so I had to get a little bit creative. Anyway, I need to get some real gear, don't I? Some kind of special light. And maybe some better sound. How does this sound? forgot to put in my AirPods. Okay. Okay, anyway, what I was saying is, okay, so we got to Colorado, and Craig and I and Sergey all were kind of under the weather for the first few days, and that was a bummer. Well, they got better and I didn't get better. And this is what, there's more to the story about that. But I do want to just say how amazing my family was. They were just so sweet. They decided, okay, so I think, no, did I tell y'all in the last video? I'm not sure, but what our plans were. We're going to be in Greeley at Sarah and Sergey's house, upstairs and downstairs, just packed in together, staying there and waking up together and going to sleep together, and so much fun. And then we were going to go to Denver and stay at an Airbnb for 2 nights, New Year's Eve and New Year's night. So, and go to a botanical garden with all these gorgeous lights on New Year's Eve. So, while we were in Denver, on New Year's Day, they decided I needed to go to urgent care. And so Hannah and Craig took me to urgent care, and the others took care of the kids and everything. It was terrible. It was really terrible. And so there's more to the story. And so anyway, but the days that we were back home and at the house, trying to be careful. I don't want to tell you what's in my story. Anyway, I have to tell you this about the kids. They were so sweet. Oh my gosh. They were so attentive to me. And they were both, I mean, all three in their own little personalities. So Isaiah is very, what's the word? I lost my word. He's in his head. He's ahead. He's ahead. He's thinks. He's a thinker. And so so I would be lying in the bed, and he would come to the edge of the room. And I had kind of said I didn't want them to get sick, and so, to stay back. And so he came in and did air hugs, so sweet, 10 years old, and told me that I should whisper so that my voice could heal. And so he's thinking, because I'm there and I'm trying to talk to him. So it was so sweet. And then, but the room was kind of in the circle of things, like to get to the kitchen, to go to the pantry, you'd have to see me. And you could. And so Simon would come more often, and he would come to the door, and he'd do these, he'd do the prayer heart hands, and he'd say, "I love you, Mimi. I hope you feel better." So that's just how he is. He's like heart. And Mila, she was the most, okay, and Simon is 9. He turned 9 while we were there. And we had to stay extra long, very long. And we got to stay for Simon's birthday, which is so special. It was January 12th. And we never do that because we've always just been together at Christmas and New Year. So it meant so much to him. It was so special and really, really neat. I was so glad we could give him that gift. And Mila is 6, and she would come in, and she was the most bossy, like grown up. not bossy, truly not, just directive, very directive. She'd come in, and she'd come in all the way, and she'd come close to the bed, and she'd say, Mimi, do you need anything? And I really could lean on her, and I'd say, oh gosh, could you think you could go, whatever, get me whatever. And she would. And then she would also tell me, like, Mimi, I think you need to lie down instead of sitting down. You need to rest more, Mimi. Or she would say, one day I got up and walked from the bedroom to the kitchen, and then from the kitchen to the living room. It's not that far. But I was just all wobbly, and she said, so after I went and sat down, she came and she goes, Mimi, you're gonna have to get up more often because your legs are forgetting how to walk. And I actually took her at her word. I was like, I felt like that too. Like maybe I'm just lying in bed too much and I'm losing all my strength. But that wasn't really the case. I needed to rest. But anyway, she was so adorable, and they were so attentive. And Sarah and Ben and Sarah and Sergey all went above and beyond. And so it was amazing, and they were the sweetest. And please read my notes to see how to get an email to read my Substack. Okay? I think there will be a welcome email, and then you'll get an email, and it'll say, Jamie posted, or something like that. In Jamie's Corner, I think is what it's called. Okay. I wanted to show you this. Just a couple of quick, what was this about counseling I wanted to say? Okay, good. I have a little bit of time. Mine are usually like 40 minutes. I'm only at 32. I feel like there's something. I don't know. Oh, okay. Anyway. Remember, I think I told you about the Advent devotional. It was so good. Oh my gosh. I just loved every single day of it. Because it was the number of days that Advent was. So anyway, it was a daily thing. Our Bible study group is doing now Prayer in the Night. I wish I had the cover, but it's like a dark, with stars or something on it. Prayer in the Night. By Tish something Warren. It's so good. I've only read like the introduction and the first and second chapters, but I love how she writes, and I love her depth. So, you can tell what it's about. Prayer in the Night. It's about when dark times come. So there's 13 chapters, so it's not like a daily devotional kind of thing. It's a chapter, and then there's questions at the end. And so you could read it with a friend or your Bible study group, or alone, for sure alone. But since there's questions, you can journal. You could journal your answers and then maybe share with a friend. But I really recommend this book highly. She also wrote another book we've read, and it's so good. And I think both of them won awards in the Christian writing world. National Book Award in the Christian, I think, I don't know. And then, I think, oh my gosh, maybe that's it. I can't think of anything else. I don't have anything else written down on my prayer card. Okay. Oh my gosh. write it down. Huge. Okay. Just the most current development, okay, with my health. I had a PET scan. Today's Friday. I had a PET scan on Wednesday. And I was going to see Dr. John next week to get the results of the PET scan. So it's been 5 months since my last one, and it's just the regular, they're just checking to make sure that I'm still in remission after my transplant, which was in October of 2023. So I go and I get my PET scan. I don't even tell my family or anybody Craig is pretty much the only person that knows I'm getting a PET scan. I don't know. Sometimes I ask for prayer, because it can be, anxiety producing. Remember the scanxiety? That's a term in the cancer world, and it's so real. You're having a scan, and you it's going to tell you whether you have cancer or not again. Oh gosh, it's terrible. It's almost better just not do it, but I have to this close to transplant. So, but I didn't tell anybody because I'm like, it's going to be fine. Well, so that was Wednesday, and yesterday was Thursday, and I went to Bible study. We did our prayer in the night, and it was such a rich time of fellowship and of being with my friends. And so I felt really strengthened, spiritually, which was a good thing, because I took a nap after lunch and I went outside afterwards. It was gorgeous, blue skies, not a cloud in the sky, and the warmest sun. And it was like in the mid to upper 50s. And so you could be out there. I didn't have a jacket on, and the sun was so warm. You felt chilly, but you could feel it warming you, and it was so great. And I was out there with the dogs, and I looked up, I usually look up at the sky, see what's going on. Sometimes I'll find a moon in the daytime, or some whatever. Well, anyway, our crepe myrtle that's bare right now of leaves, but it's got little berries on it. They seem like they're kind of old, not very delicious, but right there in the tree was these little goldfinches. They were the smallest little yellow birds, and there was two males and two females, and the males are more brilliant yellow, and the women have the yellow, but it's also kind of streaked with brown, a tan like. Anyway, they're the cutest birds, and we used to have them all the time in Michigan. We had a bird feeder right outside our window, and they would come, and we just loved them. They're so gorgeous, and we haven't seen them in East Texas. We've lived here for 17 years in East Texas, Marshall and then Longview. And I don't know, maybe we saw a handful of times, like migrating through Marshall, but since we've lived in Longview for 3 years, we haven't seen hide nor hair. Well, there they were, these precious little birds, and I just took them as a love note from God. They were just so valuable, so precious, so unusual and beautiful. So I was taking some pictures, and then I'd stop and I'd just look, because I'm missing them when I'm trying to get them, because they're flitting to the berry to berry, and they're just pigging out on our crepe myrtle, and so they don't go anywhere. They're just staying there with me, and so I'm just enjoying them and adoring them, and I'm using my phone and trying to get a video, and the phone, it gets a call, and it's from Texas Oncology. And I had some things that needed to be scheduled, a shot for my bones, and a port flush, and some different things. And I just thought that's what it was. But it was Christy. I know her voice so well. Christy, Dr. John's nurse, said, "Jamie," and I said, "Christy." We're friends, you know, and she didn't go like, "Hey," she said, "Dr. John wants to meet with you today, if you can come in." To talk about your PET scan. Oh my gosh. So I mean, my world started like swirling, like I'm only a year out. I'm just, is it back? Is it back? And I thought, what else could it be? I mean, why would he have me? So she said, you can either telehealth or, but he'd like to talk to you today, you know, or you can come in. And so I said, well, we'll come in. So we'll come in an hour. And so Craig was getting his hair cut over by Texas Oncology. And I said, get your hair cut, because he was dying to get his hair cut. It was like this long. Because anyway, you'll see in my story, but maybe no, because I was sick. He had to cancel his haircut, and then he kept forgetting to make it. And so finally he was going to get his haircut. And so I said, we can wait an hour, go. So, because Christy said, just tell us when you want to come and you can come. So we went in an hour. Well, our friends, we texted the leaders in our church, the elders and their wives, and told them to please be praying for us. And two of the men, one of them said, can I come pick y'all up and take you? And the other one was texting us and saying, can I meet y'all there and wait in the waiting room with you, or sit in the car, or just not come? What's best for you? And I mean, they were so incredible. And so since I was alone, and Craig was already in his car, we had Vance come pick me up, and Craig went to Texas Oncology. Dave met Craig, and Vance and I drove up, and there were Craig and David sitting on a bench in the sunshine. And my heart was just like, oh my gosh, we're so supported. We're so buoyed. And I just felt such deep, incredible gratitude. What was that? And then, so we go inside, the four of us, and sitting waiting. And Vance says that he was holding the Book of Common Prayer from the Anglican Church, and he said, I wanted to bring this so badly and I couldn't find it, and I was driving out and Meg came running with it, and she said, because they had just moved into their new house recently, and she said she just ran into the garage and just picked a random box that wasn't marked and opened it, and there was the Book of Common Prayer on top. And so he had that, and we were gonna read something together, but they called me back right away, which also was like, oh my gosh. So we find out later that Vance and David did the Book of Common Prayer. Like, it has different times of day for each day, and so were doing the prayer office for that day. And it's just a way to like be committing yourself to God and trusting Him, putting your trust in Him, calling out to Him. And we knew that they were praying for us out in the thing. Well, Dr. John comes in and he says, you know, hi. And I was just like, you know, he always fist pumps us. And I was just like, hi. I just wanted to like, tell us why I'm here. And he goes, how was your New Year? And I was like, I was about to say, Dr. John, can you just tell us why we're here? But Craig, sitting beside me, says, well, it was really good, although Jamie was sick with the flu. And Dr. John went like, you were you? Tell me about that. Tell me. And he asked questions and we gave him the answers and whatever. And he goes, well, your PET scan has some lit up places, and there's some lymph nodes that are enlarged, and you also had some lit up places in your lungs. And he said that could all be the residual from the flu. Oh my gosh. Are you feeling it? Are you feeling it? That was like, what? It was like I think Sarah said, door number 3. Suddenly a door number 3 showed up. 1 and 2 were both bad, whatever they were, cancer. And so anyway, basically what I'm doing is we decided, he said, you can either wait 6 weeks and then we'll do a CT scan and see if they're enlarged more. And if so, that would not be the flu thing. Or we can get it biopsied, like, you know, as soon as we can get it scheduled. And then it'll take like 7 to 10 days to get the report because of this certain place, blah, blah. So he said, you know, I recommend that. And we were like, yeah, waiting is for the birds. So that was yesterday, and Craig and I, we went out and told Vance and David, and I mean, we walked out, and I like was smiling. I didn't want to like be like, because they might, I don't know, but I smiled, and David was like, does this guy like to jerk people around? But Dr. John didn't know I had been sick. And so if he had, oh my gosh, maybe he wouldn't have, I don't know. Anyway, it was such a roller coaster ride for about 2 to 3 hours. So now I gotta wait on them to call me to schedule it, and then I gotta go do it. I got to go like to an outpatient center at the hospital, and they'll needle biopsy, and hopefully they can get it, because he said they might be too small enough that they can't get a good biopsy, and then we'll have to wait. So I'm going through all the trouble, and so you can pray. Yeah, you could pray that they'll get a good biopsy. And of course, that it's just nothing. So that's my latest. Okay, family, friends, I should go. This is really long. I hope that's all. Look in the notes, and I hope to see you on the Substack. So one last note about the Substack. Let's see. If you have any questions about it, just direct message me on the things I'm going to put in the notes, Instagram or Facebook, or you can email me. But Louie, it's okay, bud. The dogs know it's time to stop this video. Let's see, what was I going to say? Oh, there are different. So like if you subscribe, you can, I can't remember, but I think you have to, you can register. No, you have to. You have to put your name, no, your email address, and probably a password. And then you could comment. Or at least if you could just like it. And I'm not sure if you can do that through email. Like if you read my story through email, you might have to click on a button to get to Substack to like it. Did you follow that? I hope so. Okay, I love you all. Talk to you soon. Bye.